Hey users and subscribers, this is your girl Head Teacher K, and I am just touching base with my people. Listen, my Easter holiday is coming to a close. It has been a phenomenal time off from work, but I have got to hit the ground running, and you know how it go. Exam time is coming up and it is peak period for my business. So I may not be going live as often, but I will make sure that I drop video content so that you will still hear from me. I just wanted to give a moment of appreciation for all of you who have taken the time to listen to my videos, to interact with my videos, to comment, to like, to share, big up on yourself, because at the end of the day, without you guys, there is no HTK, right? Okay. Apart from that, I just wanted to speak to you guys quickly. We have to appreciate the people who are around us and the people who support us. We need to do that a bit more. There are people who are on my platform that no matter what, they don't go anywhere. They are always on my lives. They always, encourage people to like up the live, share the live. They turn up for me. And I want to know if you know that I would have never disregard that. And the beauty of people like that is that even when they don't agree with you, they're gonna have your back. They would tell you off ear and say, came in to agree with that one, right? And that's absolutely fine, because they always say that friends chastise you in private and praise you in public. And that's really what it is about. I think if more people took the initiative to appreciate those who invest their time in them, then we would be less brash with how we react to people on our platforms. There are times when, of course, people fall out of love with you. That's fine, because hello, we don't really know each other in a real life. Some people you don't know in a real life and they only know you through your platform. And if your character changes in a way that they can no longer tolerate your content or tolerate you, then they can fall out of love with you, and that's absolutely fine. But never forget when they actually were there to support you. And likewise, do not forget when the content creator was there to entertain you. So you may have fallen out of love at the moment, but there was a time when you thoroughly enjoyed their platform and they gave you hours of entertainment that you indulged in. So it kind of goes both ways. What I hate to see is when people who used to support and stop supporting jump over to somewhere else and start to slag you off, despite the fact that they originally were your supporter. There is no need for that. We have to have a level of maturity when it comes to dealing with things like this. And likewise, what I don't like to see is when content creators turn around and they basically bash their supporters, their hardcore supporters. It just isn't nice. And there are better ways to deal with things like that. Show appreciation. Humility is a must. Let me tell you something. When you start to look a gift horse in the mouth, because every supporter is a gift horse in that they bring blessings to you by supporting you. And when you look a gift horse in the mouth, those blessings can turn back against you. So, once again, on this journey of being on YouTube, I have recognized that sometimes it's best to just ignore or deal with things off air if you can, or just don't deal with things at all. There are people in this world who enjoy and indulge in seeing you fall apart or seeing you crumble on your platform, especially if they were never your supporter to begin with. And these kind of things where, platform holders end up breaking down or not handling things properly online, they laugh at those moments because that's what they want to see. It gives them something to talk about, right? It does. Many times we also forget that social media is exactly that. It is social, which means that if somebody has a spare moment and you, their favorite content creator, is not on live, they're going to log on, and whoever is on live or whoever is uploading a video, they're going to watch. Even if it's people who don't like you, they're going to watch. And there's nothing that you can do about that because it's those people's time. So even if they're your supporter, they're going to be aware of the things that are being said about you, the things that are being used against you. They may not support it in that they're not going to like the video or they're not going to like the live. And they don't see it as a big deal to give watch time, which is still in effect putting money into people's pockets who don't like you. But users don't look at it like that. It is their time, it is their data, and they're free to do with it whatever they wish. We as content creators cannot get caught up in things like that, in wanting to control what our watchers absorb and what they don't. It is for them to use their own discretion and their free will to make that decision. What is important as content creators is to protect our space, in that whatever we facilitate must be edifying to our souls so that your well-being is maintained. I always encourage my graduates, please do not bring other people's pasa onto my platform. And I so appreciate that none of you do that anymore. It used to happen, but you don't do it anymore. And for that, I am grateful, because you have allowed me a safe space where I can express myself, where we can sit, where we can chit chat, we can talk about various topics. And it does not have the interference or the interjection of other energies that are irrelevant to us. This is the only way that you can enjoy a social media space and not end up acting out of character. The more interference that comes into the picture is the less likely you are to enjoy your space. And the more likely you are to step out of bounds and start saying and doing things that your followers will not enjoy. I have made a vow to myself to keep my head straight when it comes to certain characters out here on social media. I have done and said everything that needs to be said to everyone that needs to be said it to. And really, it's not worth my time or energy to carry on conversing, talking about, or referring to anybody that does not help to build who I am, right? And where I aspire to be. So while it is that I know that some people might be thinking that that is worthy of a clapback or a response, actually, they're not important enough to waste that time and to waste that energy for me to clap back on anything. If I am dealing with a topic, I will deal with a topic and not the person. Remember, they say small minds discuss people, right? And we want to have big minds over here where we discuss ideas. Okay. So going forward, hopefully the content will maintain that value and that ethic. And we will leave certain things behind for the rest of 2026. So like I said, thank you so much for supporting my platform, and for just being true to being a graduate. And when I say graduate, I always mean a graduate of life. Many people interpret that them things say some kind of highfalutin title or whatever. No, everybody goes through experiences where they can share and they can bring enriching discussion to the table, and you are no exception. No matter what your educational pathway is, you are no exception, because you have experiences that are valid and you have experiences that are worthwhile. So when you bring that to the table here, it is appreciated. So when I say graduate, I mean a graduate of life. Big up on a nice clean self, and I will see you later. This is your girl, Head Teacher K, and I'm out. Bye.